Hey guys, welcome to the Anime Kingdom discussion and review. This one is on Sword Art Online 2, episode 24. Pretty much the last, it's not pretty much, it is the last episode of the second season of Sword Art. And I'm sorry this, video is coming out later than usual, but my internet was off the whole day. I was like, oh my gosh, I want to watch Sword Art already. What the heck. But finally it came back on super late, but it's finally back on. There was a problem going on in the whole area, but yeah, so you don't want to hear about that. Let's get on to the episode. So I really liked this episode. It was a really good episode, really like feels train kind, really like you really felt in the felt it. It starts off with like there's a party with like a whole bunch of everyone from they met before in Sword Art and Alpha, and pretty much they're having a little party, and after that it's pretty much showing like everything they're doing, all these kind of things. Like even had a duel between Kirito and Yuki, which Yuki won barely just because of the time, because Kirito was about to win. They had like races, games, hanging out together, hanging in the real world. Asuna with the thingy, and they're hanging out in the real world, and it was just really nice. It was like, oh, Yuki gets, she's getting a lot of good things. Like probably like the best time of her life, maybe. And then, after that, then we hit the feels train. Asuna gets a text message saying, it's an emergency, come to the hospital. And it turns out Yuki is pretty much dying. It's like she's gonna die already. So they go one last time into the game, and there they have a heartfelt moment between Asuna and Yuki, to which Yuki gives her a sword skill. And finally I was like, oh, are we gonna learn? Because this episode is called Mother Rosario, and Mother Rosario is actually the name of her sword skill. And she's giving it to her unique sword skill, and she's giving it to Asuna. So that's pretty interesting. And it was just like a really emotional moment with all Yuki's friends coming, Kirito them coming, and then all of a sudden, pretty much seemed like everyone on the game, like all the fairies came for that moment, and it was such a heartfelt and just emotional moment. I was tearing up. It was so sad. And finally, like, she passes away, and it was really like, I was like, when she was talking, I could barely hold myself. I was just tearing up. I was like, oh my gosh, I knew this was gonna be feelsy because people said, but I was just like, oh man. After that, they're back in the real world, and they're at the funeral, and Asuna sees Suene-san, for that, the girl that's in Sleeping Nights, the blue hair one. And it got better for her. She's actually she left the hospital because her disease, which is leukemia, it went into remission, so she's fine now. Or not, she's good, and she's able to go out, so that was a good thing. Of course she felt sorry for at first, like, that it's not fair really that she gets to do this and stuff, but Asuna tells her everything. And then also she tells Asuna how much Asuna really meant, and how she really impacted Yuki in like the final days of months of her life, and made it even better. Then of course it turns out Kirito and the doctor actually know each other. They've been emailing each other and stuff, and about the Kirito's thing and medical board. And turns out medical board, we find out it's actually made by Kayaba, I think, Heathcliff. And that was pretty interesting. They're like, it's made by the woman that was watching over Heathcliff's body while he was in the game. And that was pretty much like, wow. So he's pretty much the one who made the basic design for Medical Bolt. But of course Yuki was, she did so much. She's helping so much people now because of that research for Medical Bolt from her. Like, people all across Japan is going to be getting help for that. And that's really like, that's big. That's wow. And even a couple other people in the group is getting better and stuff too. And it was like a little nice moment there. And like, what happened after that? After that, it was pretty much, we went to the ending, but right after the credits, of course, it went to a moment with Kirito is with Asuna and, you know, the rest of the group and stuff, and they're at like a picnic and stuff, and Kirito and Asuna's talking, and it was like really, it like finally, and the one part when Kirito said, you know, what he's gonna do, and he wants, you know, he wants to be with Asuna forever, and her to be, you know, be with him forever, and I was like, yes, finally, Kirito, Asuna, you know, for life, forever. Sorry, anyone else who you shipping, but I shipped them so hard, and yep. And it was just really nice ending to the whole episode with them, you know, everyone together and stuff, and it was just, I really enjoyed this arc. Like, it was, I really like this arc. I'm going to talk about the whole season, and of course, since there was different arcs, Gun Gale Online, it was good, but honestly, out of all the arcs, I really didn't care for it as much. I didn't care for too much for Sinon. Sorry, Sinon fans. She's good. I like her too, but you know, I didn't care for it as much. Didn't care for the gun thing as much either. Guns. I play shooters all the time. It was a cool thing, but I honestly really didn't care for the Gun Gale storyline as much as everything else. Second, Caliber arc. I actually really liked Caliber arc. We got a little, you know, like showing more. Like, so far, whenever we talk about Sword Art and there's, you know, everything going on, the fights, they end pretty dang fast. And Kirito's always just like at the end, like, oh yeah, I did it. But this one had a lot more action, a lot more how, you know, dungeons really work. And it was really cool to have that going on. And I really enjoyed that one. It was a really good arc. Now going to Mother Rosario arc. This was like really just like completely different from all the other arcs. I really enjoyed this arc with, you know, instead of having Kirito as the main character, we have Asuna as the main character. So we got, you know, a different viewpoint instead of just Kirito being a badass all the time. We have, of course, we did have a few of those moments, I remember. But it was a really good and emotional like arc. I really enjoyed the Asuna and Yuki, the development, character development we go, you know, to see and really just see who Yuki is and how she is and everything that's, you know, happened, and yet she's still this strong. And it was really emotional. Like, I really, like, oh man, it was really just like, oh, this the final episode really got me. I was tearing up at that part when Yuki passed away. It was really sad, but yeah, overall I love this season. Like, Sword Art Online 2 is really good. As always, there's that one arc that I don't care about as much, but it was still good. I still liked it, and just the whole arc, and especially this last episode, was really good. And you know, as always, guys, the discussion as well as a review. So comment below what you guys thought about this episode, and also what you thought about the season in general. Do you feel the same way about Gun Gale, Caliber, and Mother Rosario as I do, or do you feel differently? Comment below what you thought. If I missed anything, comment that below as well. And if you have any questions, ask away. I'm here, and I'm ready. If you want to like ask me something, I'm ready to talk about it, because seriously, Sword Art for life, awesome. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this Anime Kingdom discussion review. I really hope they make, you know, they keep making more Sword Art, because there is more arcs to it, and I would love to see them animate those, but we'll have to see for now. Till next time, guys, see ya.